everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna do a quick get ready with me. I love doing these kind of tutorials because I feel like they're super practical, especially for you ladies that are constantly on the go. I know for us, we are back at the grind. We are back to school. We're just back in it. So I have to be really efficient with my time. And one of my biggest things that I always talk about is how good skincare really sets you up for good makeup. It just makes life so much easier. So I do want to shout out Clinique because they are sponsoring this video. Thank you so much. And I'm also going to be introducing you guys to a new moisturizer that I have been using and I really have been liking it and why it's so different. So we are gonna get into it and I'm gonna be sharing some products that I just think are really good to keep like on the go and that are easy to use. So let's get straight to this. All right, so as I had mentioned, good skin equals good makeup. And what I mean by that is that really if you do take that extra minute or two in the morning to kind of set up your skin and address the needs you have, you are going to help really make makeup application that much easier and it just makes it more fun. It just does. And when you get older, we start kind of being like, I don't really want to see like the imperfections I have or the wrinkles or the lines and the dark spots. So I just feel like as much as we can help either reverse that or prevent that from happening, the more enjoyable makeup is going to be. Okay, so let's start with the Clinique Smart Clinical MD. This is a duo moisturizer that I've been using in my routine and it's something that I'm really enjoying and I'll tell you why. It makes it a little different because you have two different products here. This is really a targeted de-aging solution inspired by how dermatologists approach aging. So it's not based only on your skin type and age, but also the shape of your face, which is a really new concept. So on one side, you have a resculptor. And when you think of resculpting, you're thinking about like the jowls in your necks, your jawline, and anywhere where you want to just kind of help firm and tighten and lift. So I'm always concentrating on these areas right here. So anywhere you'd kind of want to contour. So if you think about it, like the high ends of your cheekbones, your jawline, this is primarily where I use it. And then on the other side, you have volumizing. Because as we age, we are losing elasticity in our skin. So all that nice youthful bounciness you see with cheeks and everything, it's slowly going away. So for me, I'm constantly thinking about this area around the mouth, the eyes. You know, the eyes are the thinnest skin on your face. So when you smile, you might notice that you're losing that fullness. So this is going to help plump that. And then also like the forehead. So if we're thinking about areas that you want to volumize, that's where you want to use that. Now the added benefit is that you're not only resculpting and revolumizing your skin, but you're also addressing uneven skin tone, any dullness and wrinkles. You really have a lot packed into one little tiny bottle. And for the price point, you're looking at $69, but you are also getting a 2-in-1, which honestly for me, as I get older, I am investing more and more into my skincare, especially if there are things that work for you guys. Take that jump and go ahead and invest in it. So you can get this at your local Clinique counter. Yeah, it's good stuff. So now that we have our skin ready to go, let's get into the get ready with me. With getting ready really quickly, something that I love is stick makeup because this means that you can do it in the car. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. For me, car's obviously always parked, but I do enjoy things where it's just easy to use. I don't have to worry about liquid falling out. So for my base, we are going in with the Bare Minerals. This is the Complexion Rescue Foundation Stick, and this is in the shade Ginger, and it has SPF in it. Oh, it feels so good. It's like water on your skin. I can't explain it. And the color just does a really nice job of matching. And you can take either a stippling brush like this, or you can take a beauty blender. I always tell everyone, you always want to make sure your beauty blender is damp. That is the way you are going to get the most out of it. If it's not damp, it's not going to give you the results it's not going to give you the optimal results. And then if you need a little bit more, like for instance, I have a tiny breakout that's right there. You can either take a little bit more and put it on, or you can just wait for your concealer. I always like to go a little thinner on my base. You see how you can kind of like see my skin really still? Yes, you may be able to see like minor imperfections, but I prefer that because that's what's going to make skin look really real and just natural, as no matter how much you layer on. All right, so now we're going on with concealer. Concealer is where I'm okay with going a little bit more full coverage. I just want something that's going to blend out nicely and also last me all day, because if you're on the go, you just want to be able to be one and done, put it on and not have to look at yourself for a few hours and then be like, oh my God, what happened to all my makeup? This is going to do the trick for you. This is the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. You guys, it's under $5 from the drugstore. It does a really good job. And I'm using the color medium beige. I like how the doe foot is just a little thicker because it means just more coverage if you need that. And I'm just hitting the spots where I would want either extra coverage or also just a little bit more of a brightening effect, because my foundation is very true to my skin color. That's how I normally do it. And then I like my concealer to be like a shade, max 2 shades lighter. But even then, I like my concealer to almost match my skin tone. It's not like too much lighter. Some people like a very brightening effect, which it looks amazing on them. For me, for some reason, not so much. Going on with the same concept of stick makeup, we're going in with a Wet n Wild contour stick. And this is in medium tan. I have a whole video on this, on a review. I don't like the highlighting side whatsoever, but I do like this side. So I'm just going to quickly carve out my contour. And you know, contour is one of those steps that you really don't need. You can do it with the bronzer that you have. I just really like it. I feel like it sets up my base really nicely. And I am very much of the school of thought, like if I take that extra minute on my base, if I have the time, I would rather spend 2 minutes on my base and just make sure it's nicely done. And then I can easily, you know, put on a swipe of shadow or blush while I'm on the go. Now to set everything, I'm gonna go in with this. This is my travel brush from Jouer Cosmetics. I love it. See the dome applicator, it's perfect. You can keep it in your bag. It's not gonna get, you know, bacteria with everything else on it. I love that it comes with a cover. If you're on the go, this is fantastic. This is also from Jouer, and this is the Soft Focus Hydrate Plus Setting Powder. So this is the shade Light, and I'm going to just take this. Normally, I like to use powder that is loose for setting, but when I am on the go, one of my biggest things is efficiency and something that's easy. And to me, like just using loose setting powder while I'm on the go just means like speckles everywhere on my clothing and just makes it a little bit harder. It's just, there's room for error there, you know what I mean? And this minimizes that. So one other trick that I like, and this helps make sure my base is just set, I like to spritz a setting spray in between layers of makeup. And so especially after I do something that's powder based, I'm gonna go in with the Cover FX Aquamarine plus Hydrating Crystal Infused Elixir Mist. I also like that this is compact. Most setting sprays are a little bit larger. This could fit in your purse. And when this is done, if you have a larger Cover FX one, or if you have another setting spray that you absolutely love, don't throw this away. These are fantastic because this is 2 floor ounces. You can fill this up with whatever setting spray you have, because sometimes they can be really bulky when you're traveling or you're on the go. So always save little bottles like this because it's a great way to just kind of, you know, reuse it. Now I'm gonna go in with brows. This is a $1.50 find from a store called Miniso, Japanese dollar store. I am obsessed with these little Japanese dollar stores. I don't know. They're awesome, and this brow pencil does wonders. So I'm just gonna go in and lightly carve out my shape. I feel like brows are the one thing, you know, people ask me like, what can I not live without? And I would say concealer for sure, maybe bronzer, because I always liked warmth on my skin. I feel like it makes you just look so much more youthful and healthy, gives you that glow. And then honestly, brows. Some people would say mascara, but brows for me are something that I just feel like really start giving character to your face. And I've also been really into just thicker brows. I know it's all subjective and some people don't like as thick brows, but my brows have been growing out for the past year or so. I've been purposely not trimming them as much, and I love it because I do feel like it gives me a more youthful appearance. On to the next step. One of the biggest things that I really like to get ready quickly, and I think does the job, is a good bronzer. So I'm going in with the Sugar Rush. This is from Tarte Cosmetics. It has a really nice matte look to it, but then it just has just a tiny hint of shimmer, but it's actually more on the matte side, which I really like. And I'm just gonna take a nice fluffy brush. This is from Revlon. It's a nice powder brush, but I like to take some warmth like this, and this is what cuts your getting ready time in half. You don't really have to focus then on blush or anything else. Just hit the high points of your face where you want the warmth. Usually the perimeter is what I focus on, so the forehead, the cheekbone, jawline, and the neck. And it really helps bring life to your skin. All right, I'm just gonna take a little bit of blush and I'm gonna go in with the Bounce and Blur. This is from Bare Minerals. I like this, it's called Pink Sky, because the whole idea is you take your fingers and you're supposed to put it on with your fingers. It kind of is in between a cream. It just feels really soft to the touch. So again, on the go, you don't have brushes, no worries. This will do it for you. And the payoff is beautiful. It's interesting, but like when I am on the go, I actually prefer something and products that are not too pigmented, because if they're too pigmented, you run the risk of putting too much on and then having to take that off and becomes a little bit more stressful, versus if it's something that you can build on, you know, you can go in with it and not feel like, okay, I have like finite time to get ready, and you don't have to worry about leaving and getting out of the car and being like, oh my gosh, I have a huge streak of blush. But do you see that? It is such a beautiful, soft, healthy glow. And honestly, like I was saying, when you use skincare that really works for you, it just kind of, it lends itself to everything else that you're doing afterwards. So take that extra minute, people. Okay, for my eyes, I'm gonna go in with this Nude Sticks crayon right here. This is called Rustic Grotto. It actually is part of a festival kit, crayon kit. I just love how easy it is to use. I'll just take that and go under the eyes. I'm just going to take a blending brush. And if you don't have a blending brush, no problem. You can easily use your finger. It's blendable. But if you do have one, then you can just use that. And I love carrying, again, this stick in my purse, because then you don't have to worry about, you know, shadows cracking. It's one of my biggest pet peeves when I have a beautiful palette and then all of a sudden one of my favorite shadows is just shattered everywhere. No fun. Okay, I'm just taking a pencil brush. This one is from Luxie. It's called 141 Mini Round. Now, this is a trick that I always use and I've been using for some time, but if you have tired eyes, I know this sounds crazy, but if you smoke out your bottom lash line, and not with the defined pencil, so not like a black eyeliner pencil, but if you have tired eyes or you have bags in your eyes and you're just feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, smoking out your bottom line will actually give off the appearance of more rested eyes and larger eyes. I know it sounds crazy, but it does work. It almost masks the problem areas. And not, you know, that doesn't mean going all the way down here, but just lightly smoking out like I did. I always curl my lashes prior to putting liner on. I don't know why, it's just something I've been doing. I'm gonna go in with a brown eyeliner pencil. This is called the Kohl Eyeliner from Neutrogena. I love that it's retractable. Again, things like this are great. When you're on the go, you don't have to worry about having a sharpener on hand. I'm just going to quickly smoke out the outer corner, as so. And then also tight line. And what I mean by tight line is just go under the waterline at the top. Don't worry if the eyeliner is not perfect. We're just going to take that same brush we used to smoke out that bottom line, and we are going to do the same up top. We just want a little definition. And you can even skip this part if you wanted to. I just feel like it really helps define the eye. I used to sit and, you know, try and make sure my black liquid liner was perfect. And I just found that this is a great in-between. It gives you the definition you need. You don't have to be perfect, but it also is softer than just a plain black liquid, which sometimes can be a little too intense for daytime. Okay, mascara, I'm going in with Honest Beauty. This is dual-ended, and this is a primer on one side and mascara on the other. The biggest thing with mascara for me is that it does a little bit of curl, and it also doesn't flake. If mascara flakes, it is my biggest pet peeve. I love this mascara. The wand does a really good job of separating your lashes. You see that? I feel like I'm just wearing like falsies almost. It does a really nice job of that. I have been using mascara on my bottom lashes a lot lately, and I like that. And this one does a nice job of not clumping. Using a little bit of bottom mascara also is a great way to get that definition on your lower lash line without using liner. And I've noticed a lot of times what happens is when people wear liner, yes, people complain that sometimes when they wear mascara on their bottom lashes, like it gets everywhere. If you just take the time and take like a little spoolie, you can use even the one that's on the back of your eyebrow pencil and just swivel through, swoosh through. It actually does a better job of defining your eye, and it's a more foolproof way of getting definition under your eye without using liner, because liner has more of a tendency to smear and smudge throughout the day, depending on your, you know, how your eyes react. And if you have more like oily skin. If you are gonna wear liner, one trick I would recommend to keep everything in place is just follow up with a little bit of shadow, again with this pencil eye brush. Take even a shadow that matches your liner, or even something like a bronzer, dip it in here and just follow up, and that will kind of help set that eyeliner. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of setting spray. Last, for my lips, I'm gonna go in with this Clinique Chubby Plump and Shine. So it's liquid lip plumping gloss. This has a little bit more of a pink hue to it, but it is more on the sheer side, which I like. So I just take a little bit on my lip and then pat it in. And that's it. Just does a nice job of giving a hint of shine. And I love this gloss because it just has a little bit of tingly in there, so you do feel like it's plumping your lips. But it's nice and sheer. This is just a nice neutral look. It's a great way to make sure that your makeup stays on all day. I'm just gonna go finish my hair and I will be right back. All right, guys, so that is it. I just zhuzhed up my hair a little bit and we are good to go. If you have any questions for me as far as any of the products I use, or even the Clinique Smart Clinical MD, anything you guys have questions about, let me know in the comments below. I do want to shout out Clinique because they are sponsoring this video. Thank you so much. And that's about it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.